Tonight on Newsbeat, how LSU students are taking a step in honoring first responders of 9/11.
So this week we're playing Florida, so we have See You Later Alligator.
One store on campus bringing their own sweet twist for game day, and how one app has managed to exhaust its users. All this and more, your Thursday Newsbeat starts now.
Welcome to your Thursday Newsbeat. I'm Cooper Dick.
And I'm Charlie Thomas.
Southern University was placed on lockdown today after a potential threat to campus security. Southern is among 4 other HBCUs across the country to have went on lockdown Thursday. The other universities are Clark Atlanta, Hampton, Alabama State, and Virginia State. Spelman College was also placed under lockdown due to its proximity to Clark Atlanta.
45 minutes before our show started, local police responded to reported shots near resident halls on the University of Massachusetts campus. Students and facility were evacuated and classes and activities were canceled for the remainder of the day. No injuries have been reported. Authorities have since then issued an all clear and announced that there is no current threat to campus.
The FBI released photos of a person of interest in relation to the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Authorities say the shooter is believed to be college age, allowing them to blend into the university crowd. Kirk died as a result of the shooting at the age of 31. He was the founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative advocacy group best known for engaging with students on college campuses. He is survived by his wife and 2 kids. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. Turning Point LSU announced today that they will be holding a vigil for Charlie Kirk in the Union Theater on Friday at 7 p.m. Attendees must RSVP.
This morning, LSU students gathered in Tiger Stadium to commemorate the 24th anniversary of the attack on 9/11. The students were tasked with climbing the stairs in Death Valley in honor of the fallen soldiers and first responders. Hundreds of students from sororities, fraternities, and student organizations gathered to support the LSU ROTC Corps of Cadets. There was even support from local organizations and first responders who came out to join. The stair climb is to honor the first responders who are at ground zero, especially remembering the 412 who died saving lives. Not only is LSU honoring the victims of 9/11, but also the community. One Baton Rouge resident recalls his own firsthand experience. Justin Hill, the public information officer for BRFD, was in New York during the attack with several of his peers working as first responders. The tragedy has first responders more vigilant, enforcing the protocol to notify other agencies as soon as possible. It also enforced more training with other agencies like his federal partners, the FBI, Secret Service, and ATF. Despite the tragedy, Hill looks back on how the attack brought people closer around the country.
And 9/11 is similar to that, where even you don't have to be alive to realize the impact that it has on your life and continues to have on your life. You know, it was a time that really hurt the nation, but it also showed how the nation can come together.
Migratory bird season is officially underway, and hunters are adjusting to a new Louisiana law that allows disabled veterans to hunt with any primitive weapon. Reporter Mila Fair digs into the reason for the change.
I'm outside the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. The rules are changing, and this hunting season could look a little different for a select group of veterans. For the first time, a declaration of emergency is allowing disabled American veterans in Louisiana to use any primitive weapon during this hunting season. Director Jeffrey P. Dilgway says this comes after growing calls to make the outdoors more accessible to those who served.
We had some veterans that contacted us and said, hey, what about allowing us to use any weapon of choice? And the department decided that, yeah, that actually is a reasonable, reasonable request, and it should be done.
Mr. Duguay says the new rule applies to veterans with service-based disabilities. He adds to those with safety and equality concerns, the rule simply allows veterans to use gear that's easier to manage, allowing those that served a level playing field in the hunting world.
But it's also a way to recognize the service that they did for our country. They sacrificed. They were disabled, so we should allow them to be able to use certain weapons.
Mr. Duguay says this regulation takes effect as soon as this season and says this is a law that the organization hopes to become permanent as a gift to veterans. These changes may seem small, but for hunters across Louisiana, they will change how the season unfolds. For Tiger TV, I'm Mila Fair, sending it back to you.
To learn more about these laws and future regulations, visit wlf.louisiana.gov.
Next at 5, how you can start showing your game day spirit through a sweet treat. We've got the scoop on how one LSU landmark is still making an impact.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfire.
Well,
and now, a Tiger Sports Update.
Welcome back and welcome to the Tiger Sports Update. My name is Jonathan Salazar. As LSU prepares to face off against the Gators, the LSU Dairy Store has a new Gator flavor for the students to try.
These new game day flavors are not new to the Dairy Store.
Since last semester, with every football game, we release a flavor according to whatever team we're playing. So this week we're playing Florida, so we have See You Later Alligator, and of course it's orange with chocolate chip.
Later Gator and other game day flavors have been a hit with students across campus.
I think it was really good, actually. I was scared because it's orange, but it was really good.
I think it was really good too. It kind of reminded me of this candy that I used to have. It's literally just chocolate covered oranges. Yeah. But I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, me too.
Although it's Gator flavored, don't worry, there is no alligator in this ice cream.
But we try and keep it playful. I believe Florida's colors are orange, so we were like, oh, Florida's orange. We're obviously not going to have alligator-flavored ice cream, but if Florida is orange, we can have orange-flavored ice cream.
The LSU Dairy Store has a rich history, just like Florida and LSU.
Our history goes all the way back to about 1918, believe it or not. So we've got a rich history. Believe it or not, our formula for ice cream hasn't changed.
Students can enjoy eating Gator ice cream as well as defeating them on Saturday. And we're playing the Gators this week. Who do you guys think is going to win?
Tigers, obviously. LSU.
The new Gator flavor is sweet, but a victory against Florida on Saturday would be even sweeter. Speaking of a sweet victory, Brian Kelly encourages LSU fans to bring the energy inside Death Valley for the SEC opener. This Saturday's Gold Game marks the first color-themed home game for the Tigers since 2022.
We need to live up to our resume as the most difficult place to play in the country. Because it's SEC time. So you had your warm-up tailgates, you got your recipes down, you got how much you need for drinking. Now, let's go get it.
Well, that's all I have for your Tiger Sports Update. But coming up after the break, one app that has single-handedly caused a widespread of frustration on campus.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Last Thursday, a traffic buildup occurred on the Mississippi River Bridge when officials flagged a pedestrian as a potential jump risk. While officials were successfully able to talk down the individual, it is important that we talk about how suicide affects our community. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and with suicide as the second leading cause of deaths in college students, it's important to know how and when to help when struggling.
We do tend to see an increase in demand around midterms and final exams. Some of that, I'd really encourage students to take a prevention or a preparation mindset of plan now to have healthy habits ingrained into your daily rituals.
If you or a friend is struggling with suicidal thoughts, reach out to someone and get the help needed. For students on campus, 24-hour support is available through LSU at 225-924-5781. And for any and everyone struggling, dial the National Crisis Lifeline at 988 for 24-hour mental and emotional support.
As the semester picks up, the LSU College of Coast and Environment made sure students had access to all of their resources. The fair was held by the college on Wednesday in the Energy, Coastal, and Environmental Building. The event had various organizations for students to speak with, from the food pantry to Campus Federal and Study Abroad. The fair serves to bring awareness to the programs and give students interested in coastal studies the chance to see opportunities available to them through LSU.
Coastal issues in Louisiana are hugely important, as many of our students know, but maybe some don't. South Louisiana is sinking into the Gulf of Mexico, and if we don't do something about that, then really important cultural and natural resources are going to be lost over the next, say, 50 years or so.
LSU Parking and Transportation is responding to student backlash about the LSU TransLock app. Since the start of school, students reported unreliable ghost buses and wait times in the app. LSU Parking is adding trackers to buses and arrival notifications. The communication specialist Brody Stelly tells more about how they take backlash and turn it into something new.
More often than not, a lot of students have genuinely good ideas that we can kind of pull from and relate it to our transportation manager, as far as integrating the app a little bit better, or making sure there's more buses on routes or routes going to different areas.
For more information, visit the LSU Parking website for a step-by-step guide on how to use it.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat. Until next time, I'm Cooper Dick.
And I'm Charlie Thomas. Have a great night.